Hi, welcome back to In the Garden. Joining me today is Jordan from Grange Co-op, and today we're going to continue talking about tomatoes and pretty much how to keep them alive. I mean, if people have issue growing these or they feel like they're not growing in their garden, is there anything we can do in terms of, fertilizer or food for our tomatoes?
Sure. Tomatoes are heavy feeders. These are not small, slow growers. And so to get the most out of it, we're probably going to want to supplement with nutrients that are already in the soil. So to begin with, these young plants, whether you're starting them from seed or maybe it's that start you brought from home, we want to do a nice, easy, low and slow fertilizer, starter fertilizer, or even your usual tomato veggie fertilizer around the rest of the garden at like a half or a third dilution. As they start growing though, we want to focus on a lot of nitrogen because they're going to put a lot of vegetative growth and they're going to do it really quickly. I think people underestimate how big tomato plants can get. And so that gives you several options. You have your granular nitrogen options. Don't forget that we're always checking for the ratio that's on the bag, and your nitrogen is going to be the first number. You even have your liquid options that, something like fish fertilizer might be almost all nitrogen, and is a really great option for tomatoes.
All right, and then I see some of the liquid products on the table, maybe the spray or just some of these bottles. Is there anything that these are used for?
Yeah, liquid fertilizers, like I said, are usually going to be a quick release. Often they're going to be foliar applicants, so they go straight into the plant. They don't need to be processed by the root and the rest of the plant's biology.
Okay.
Another thing to consider, and this is the problem a lot of tomato gardeners and even pepper and eggplant growers have, is that in that solanum family, you can get something called blossom end rot. And that's it'll start off as a small black-brown dot opposite the stem end of the fruit.
Okay.
What that is those cells collapsing because of dramatic shifts in the amount of water in the plant or in the fruit itself, and it can also be a lack of calcium. And when that happens, that fruit's gone. It's only going to get worse. And it's nothing you did, it's just the plant didn't have what it needed at the time of building that fruit. So something like calcium nitrate is a calcium source that will go into the soil, or even a foliar option like calcium chloride. Liquid calcium, which is not the same as liquid bone meal, is a foliar spray you can put on. That'll get you through that season. And then you should remind yourself to get some calcium source into soil for next year.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you'd want to share to help people at home, get their gardens growing strong, especially different tomato plants?
Yeah, I wouldn't stress too much about it. You don't need specific tomato fertilizer. Heck, there's all-purpose will probably do ya. My philosophy around it is try to find a fertilizer that works the best for everything you have, and then fill in those gaps with the individual ingredients that you need. Maybe it's the extra calcium for its tomato, maybe it's something for another plant in your garden.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jordan, and thank you for watching In the Garden. If you have any questions about your tomato plants at home, you can head to a Grange Co-op near you and talk to an expert like Jordan himself, or you can go to our website to find some of the past coverage we've done on In the Garden.